Hi, I'm Grant from Blackmagic Design, and today we'd love to show you the new Blackmagic Duplicator 4K. The Blackmagic Duplicator 4K was designed to solve the biggest problem we see the television production industry faces today. The problem is, how do we get Ultra HD content to customers and let the customers take advantage of the big screen Ultra HD televisions they've been buying? The Blackmagic Duplicator 4K solves that problem by letting you record in real time high quality H.265 onto 25 separate SD cards that you can sell to your customers. Over the last few years, we've converted our whole product line to new Ultra HD models that also have better design and better features, even if you only need HD. Our customers have these wonderful Ultra HD products and often run them in Ultra HD, but use the down-converted HD outputs for final program mastering. But they cannot get the Ultra HD content to customers, which is a shame, as the quality is amazing. If you remember back to seeing HD for the first time, I think you'd agree that what was surprising was the detail in the images. I think that's what HD meant to people, and it was about being able to see image detail. But with Ultra HD, what you get is textures, and Ultra HD is all about textures. So once we'd completed changing our entire product line to new Ultra HD models, we started thinking about the problem of Ultra HD distribution. Originally, we assumed distribution would get taken care of by other companies, such as internet streaming companies. However, it's been slower than we hoped, but it still doesn't help individual production companies. How do you get your content to customers in Ultra HD? How do you do that right now, today? That's what the Blackmagic Duplicator 4K is designed to do. It lets you record onto 25 cheap SD cards in amazing Ultra HD in the new H.265 format. The Blackmagic Duplicator records in real time, so it solves another big problem, and that's how to pay for your production work. How can you make money from your live productions when the customers are still there? The Blackmagic Duplicator solves this problem because you can sell the content the moment the event is finished, and the customers are most excited to buy it. This means you can now simply sell your programming direct to customers for money. What this also means is you can make smaller productions profitable. You can now afford to cover live events that you could never have made profitable in the past. The Blackmagic Duplicator 4K could help you drastically increase the amount of work you can do, because it can make the live production market much bigger. Imagine being able to sell content to customers as well as give the performers a copy of the event they're involved in. I think it would be amazing to be able to shoot a multi-camera wedding and at the end of the night give everyone a copy of the wedding video. You could even use the Blackmagic Duplicator 4K to give all players and sports teams a copy for review after the game. The duplicator could be used at sales conferences to give attendees a copy of the presentations to take with them. It really has such a wide range of uses. The Blackmagic Duplicator is an incredibly strong rack-mount machined metal design that's only a single rack unit in size. It features 25 SD card slots along the front panel, and the record controls are located on the right-hand side. If any of the SD card slot connectors should wear out, you can simply replace any of the card slot boards. There's even an LCD for monitoring input video and audio levels. On the back panel is a 12G SDI input with loop-through output, plus power and remote connections. The remote out lets you daisy-chain duplicators so you can keep adding extra capacity and start them all recording at the same time. So how does the Blackmagic Duplicator 4K work? It's really very easy, and you can get started in minutes. All you need to do is plug in the power and the SDI input. Inputs can be SD, HD, or Ultra HD, right up to high frame rate, 60 frames per second. Next, insert some SD cards into the slots. If you've just purchased cards or you're reusing cards from a previous performance, you can simply format in the duplicator. To format the cards, just go into the menu and select Format. The cards will be formatted in the exFAT file system, so they work on all computers. Now all you need to do is press record, and the video will be saved into a file on the cards in H.265 format. Once you're finished, just press stop. Then you can remove the cards and sell them to your customers. The Blackmagic Duplicator 4K is packed with powerful features, such as its H.265 hardware encoder. With 4 times as many pixels than HD, if you try to use the older H.264 compressed format, the file will become 4 times as large and the storage would cost much more. However, to deal with the higher resolutions of Ultra HD video, H.265 compression was developed specifically for Ultra HD distribution. What this means is we can save Ultra HD, even at higher frame rates, into files that are not much bigger than the HD files were when using the older H.264 format. The H.265 codec in the Blackmagic Duplicator 4K has been developed wholly in-house and is extremely high quality. You can also set the data rate for the quality you need from the menu on the front panel. We're also working on adding a H.264 codec for compatibility when duplicating in HD, and that'll be available later in the year as an update. Another powerful feature is the Append Record button, which lets you continue to record on the end of a previous recording. Just say you were doing a multi-camera wedding and you wanted to stop so you could relocate from the ceremony to the reception. The Append Record feature lets you give customers a single file of a complete program that's easy to watch. Append Record is vital to make sure you don't pass your customers a mess of separate recordings. Instead, they get one nice single file of the event. With the loop-through SDI and remote output port, you can cascade duplicators and keep adding capacity if you need to sell more than 25 SD cards. Each unit just loops from the previous unit, and each duplicator adds an extra 25 cards of capacity. All you need to do is select remote on the cascaded units, and the master unit will output the control commands from any button you press on the front panel. The deck controller is standard RS422, so you can connect to other types of decks such as our HyperDeck Studio or even old broadcast decks. This means you could trigger a HyperDeck to record a broadcast master at the same time as all the duplicators trigger to record, all from a single button press. With simple SD cards as the record medium, you get very low cost storage, and that means you can make more money from each sale. The SD cards are very thin, so each duplicator can fit more of them across the front panel, plus they present well to customers in a printed wallet. Plus SD cards are very compatible as virtually all modern computers have SD card storage slots built in. The SDI connections on the Blackmagic Duplicator are the latest 12G SDI that auto-switch all SD, HD and Ultra HD formats up to the high frame rate 2160p60. This means you could even supply cards to customers in different formats if you connect some duplicators via standards converters such as Teranex Express. Now you can duplicate some cards in Ultra HD, while at the same time others in a different frame rate for different countries, or even down-converted HD formats. There's also an SFP optical fiber socket included, so you can insert a simply standard optical fiber SDI module. Of course, when you're doing an important program, there's even a keyboard lock button, so you can ensure no one bumps the front panel and stops recording. We think that Blackmagic Duplicator has the ability to change the television industry because it's possible to go direct to your customers to sell content. When we checked the local television store, we counted over 70% of the televisions in the store were Ultra HD models. We've even seen some of the cheap televisions that are sometimes on sale at the local supermarket were Ultra HD models. Ultra HD televisions are everywhere. This means customers want Ultra HD now, and the Blackmagic Duplicator 4K is the solution to let you do this easily and without any duplication time after the event. Selling SD cards after an event is a much better way to work from your customer's point of view. Recently, one of the Blackmagic design staff attended a school concert for her kids, and after the show it took 6 weeks to get an old SD DVD of the event. If you're busy doing production, how long will it take to get copies of your events to your customers? Will they even bother to order a couple of days later? This is quite common, and there are still people selling standard definition DVDs because Blu-ray was not as widely adopted as the original DVD format was. When we purchased a Blu-ray player, it took 30 seconds just to open the disc tray and another 5 minutes to load the codec so the disc would play. Is it any wonder that the Blu-ray format was not as popular as the original DVD format? With the Blackmagic Duplicator 4K, you can just sell a simple SD card with a program on it. It's simple and the customers don't have to buy a new player. The files can be played on any Windows 10 computer, and some Ultra HD televisions can also play the files directly. The Blackmagic Duplicator 4K includes an Ethernet port and supports the HyperDeck Studio protocol, so you can even use customized control solutions. The Ethernet control supports both the HyperDeck's text-based control commands and the HyperDeck's XML-based control commands. A great example of how easy it is to build a custom controller is we connected an Arduino with a few lines of code and built a remote control panel. This is so easy, and even kids can do this. Because the protocol is based on HyperDeck, any existing control solutions will also just work. We think the Blackmagic Duplicator 4K is the best way to help you make money from your live production work. We also think customers will be excited to get a copy of the event that they attended immediately after the show. Can you imagine if you get a few crowd shots during your program and your customers can see themselves in a copy of the event they attended? Imagine if your customers can show their kids concerts they attended when they were young and even see themselves in the crowd. It's very exciting, and we cannot wait to see the kind of events the new Blackmagic Duplicator 4K can be used for. The Blackmagic Duplicator 4K is in stock and available now, and we hope you can add it to your production facility. Thanks for watching.